The current Republican Party claims to be anti war, unless, of course, it's for stupid reasons.
Kellyanne, the American people have given President Trump a mandate. They are tired of our nation not putting Americans first. And we have seen the Biden administration have an America Last policy. So when it comes to dealing with the Panama Canal and making certain that China is not being advantaged in this and America disadvantaged, of course, let's put this issue on the table and talk about it. When you talk about securing our nation, that is where Greenland comes into the conversation, and being strategic and how we're going to keep this nation safe. That is what Americans want to see. They want to see departments that are going to be run by people who are going to treat everyone by the same rule of law. And they're going to have equal access, equal treatment, equal justice. So President Trump has a mandate. It is going to be up to the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate, both in Republican control, to make certain that we take action, that we support President Trump, and that we get things done for the American people.
President Trump has a mandate. I would hardly call winning 1.5% in the popular vote a mandate, but okay, sure. Yeah, I'll give it to you. He won. He won something. That said, I seem to recall that it wasn't Donald Trump traveling around with the Cheneys who ended up getting us into disastrous wars. So then tell me why a man who was supposed to be anti war is threatening the sovereignty of Panama. Just saying. And not just Panama, but also Canada, also Greenland. I mean, just in the last few days, Trump has said that he wants to purchase Greenland from Denmark and operate it for defensive purposes. Wh- Wait, what are we using Greenland for to defend against? Reindeer? I don't understand. Like, where's the threat coming from that you would need Greenland? Okay, and not only that, but threatened to take back the Panama Canal from Panama over so-called exorbitant prices for passage. And look, it's not just Blackburn that's in favor of Trump's apparently expansionist plans. I mean, talk about making Canada the 51st state, ridiculous, right? But it's not just him; it's also some of his followers. Look at that map. We have 2 years left to bring this map to life in time for our 250th birthday. What? What is this? What is going on here? Yeah, look, I don't think America first is supposed to mean being an imperialist nation. I mean, I don't think that's what Americans voted for. Uh, I think they voted for no new wars instead of the United States just randomly attacking Panama as well as Mexico, of which Marjorie Taylor Greene has talked about, and other Republicans. Ridiculous. No, the New York Times had reported that according to Trump's campaign research, up for grabs voters were about 6 times as likely as other battleground state voters to be motivated by views of Israel's war in Gaza. Now, why does that matter? Well, it's because the popular opinion on that war is that the United States should not be supporting the genocide that's going on there. Okay. What has Donald Trump said about that? He wants to let Israel finish the job, which means finishing the job of genocide. Okay. Look, Donald Trump's not anti-war at all. During his time in office, Trump escalated the bombings in the Middle East, gave a blank check to Saudi's aggression of Yemen, withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal, and renewed the arms race with Russia. Now, did the Democrats point that out? Democrats have been equally pro-war. So, not only that, but look, during Kamala Harris's campaign, the Democrats ceded the point and decided, you know what, we're going to go more militaristic. Kamala Harris talked about ensuring that we have the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world, as if that's what Americans were really looking for. No, like, nobody, like, the thing that the Democrats completely missed here is that no one likes neocons. Not even Republicans, okay? No one likes neocons and their foreign policy unless you live in the Beltway or you work for the defense industry, which most likely it will be both. Okay. Um, it's one of the few things that Trump voters and progressives have in common is the fact that we both do not like the fact that our government is addicted to funding wars at the detriment of our own citizens. Turns out, yeah, we could actually use the money that we're sending to Israel to fund healthcare, you know, to fund, to bring down the price of drugs, to fund education, you know. But again, Republicans want to shove more money into the defense industry as well as Democrats. And so that's a big problem here. You have so many defense contractor lobbyists on Capitol Hill. It's insane. Now, that said, I don't think Trump cares. I think that he would rather be seen as tough. So there's no chance of not, funding the military. And he's threatening Central America. He's reposting memes of the United States taking over Canada. And he wants Greenland for, again, defensive purposes. Oh my God. Now, look, Greenland does hold some strategic value because of the location and its resources in the Arctic, right? But that said, we already have a base there. I know, like we got bases everywhere. So apparently that's not enough. Donald Trump wants to buy the whole island for some weird reason. Apparently because it's large. In fact, reporters Suzanne Glasser and Peter Baker said had quoted Trump saying, "I love maps." Oh boy. And I always said, look at the size of this. It's massive. That should be part of the United States. Talking about Greenland. Oh my God.
Water, big water, ocean
Everything's big.
water.
Everything's big. He likes things that are big. I wonder why. And by the way, it's not even that big. I mean, maps kind of distort how large Greenland actually is. Especially ones that are flat. So you have the flat maps that kind of distort the sizes. And by the way, the same flat maps tend to make Africa smaller, depicted smaller than it actually is. It's kind of ironic because maybe if Donald Trump knew how gigantic Africa is, that he would like turn around and want to buy it because it's so big, tremendously big. But again, Greenland. What's funny about Greenland is it's basically just a barren expanse of ice. It's not actually green. Okay, it's ice. I guess maybe maybe once climate change has its way with the world, then it might get a little greener. But right now, lots of ice. Yeah, it got some geographical value, some resources probably, but I don't think it's worth going to war over or even buying it, especially when you got the Doge committee over here being like, oh, we're gonna have to cut Medicaid, we're gonna have to cut food stamp, we're gonna cut all the aid for poor people so that Donald Trump can buy Greenland. What? No, that's stupid. That's really and by the way, Denmark's not even selling it. Denmark's like, no, we're not selling Greenland, you jackass. We don't want to sell it. No sale. Okay, it's not happening. This whole conversation is really, really dumb. And yet Marsha Blackburn and these MAGA chuds, they're like, it needs to be on the table. We need to have a real discussion about this and support our president, Donald Trump. It really does show you how the dumbest voices have come to take over the Republican Party and that the Democrats have so just fantastically dropped the ball to have been beaten by those people. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jim
Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.